Okay, welcome to another Vintage League here. Today we're trying out two new cards in a blue shop stack, a workshop stack, from the Ninja's Turtle set. The first one is the one I am the highest on. I think this card's actually quite good. I played this in a value vintage, $30 value vintage video recently and did really well. I'm excited to try it in an actual factual vintage here, where I think it could be pretty good. Now, the obvious downside of Krang, right off the bat, you see at the top, there's got two blue pips. Two blue pips is hard for shops and vintage. You want to play Mishra's Workshop, you want to play Urza Saga, you want to play Ancient Tomb, you want to play a bunch of Moxen, but you need two blue pips in order to play Krang, which is not the easiest thing in the world, but it's got a huge benefit if you can pull it off. So it's got affinity for artifacts, so in theory you can just play this for blue, and it is an artifact itself, so Workshop can pay 3 for it. And it can draw up to 4 cards. So drawing 4 cards for 2 blue, and then you get Krang, which is a 1/4, but also gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. It gets the what's it called again? The Nettlecyst type effect here. It can be huge. So you have like 5 artifacts in play. Krang's a 6/4 in theory for 2 blue that also draws you 4 cards, or up to 4 cards. So really strong. It is legendary. We're only going to play 2 here, but I have high hopes for this card. It was great in the Value Vintage League that I tried, and I'm expecting big things here. But as a concession to that, we'll talk about the mana base a little bit. We're playing a lot of islands. You can sub some of these in for Sink in the Stupors. Sink in the Stupor is great in this deck, but it also opens you up to Wasteland off a double blue. I actually want to cast Krang in this league, so we're going to play a bunch of islands and Academy. Then we also got like Sapphire and Black Lotus that can help cast it. But we got a bunch of islands, Academy, as our main ways of casting it. And then, of course, like I said, Urza's Saga is restricted, Workshop, Ancient Tomb is the rest of our mana base. But the islands, the Academy, the Sapphire, the Lotus are what we want to see. We also, of course, have the other fast mana. The other card that we're playing here for the Ninja Turtle set is Big Mother Mouser. Now this one I'm less high on. It's just kind of like a giant beater, but it is giant, and it's got pretty good resiliency. Starts out as a 2/2 with 2+1/+1 counters on it, and whenever it attacks, you double. So attacks as a 4/4 the first time, then it attacks as an 8/8 the second time, and when it dies, you get a number of 1/1 equal to number of +1/+1 counters on it. So if you swing the second time as an 8/8, and on your opponent's turn they manage to blow it up somehow, you still get 8/1/1s. So this can get out of hand very quickly. We're going to give this one a whirl. It doesn't like disrupt the opponent, doesn't draw cards. So I don't think it's as good as Krang, but like it's a lot easier to play in the deck. It's all colorless, so you can just go like land, or not, Mox Workshop, and then just slam this on turn 1 in theory, swing for 4, then 8, turns 2 and 3. I mean, that's not bad. That is a very aggressive rate. But it's not blue, doesn't draw a card, so I am less high on it, and no evasion either. So we're playing this in kind of a blue workshop deck. So we've got the 4 Force of Wills as protection, 2 Force of Negations, on top of the Krang that gives you 8 blue cards. Then we've got 3 Kappa Cannoneers, nice unblockable creature, and it plays well with Null Rod. If opponent has Null Rod out, you can still use all of your Moxen and artifacts to cast Kappa Cannoneer, because you can just tap them as part of the improvised cost. So if you got like a basic island and a bunch of Moxen and stuff out, under a Null Rod, you can still cast the Kappa Cannoneer, which is pretty sweet. So Krang draws cards when you cast it, but Thought Monitor is the other card that draws a bunch of cards when you cast it, so pretty good. I like that. Oh, also, again, outside of Sink in the Stupor, there's another land that I'm blanking on the name of it right now. If you remember it, let me know down below. But it phases out a creature when it comes into play, and that's good for turning off Orcish Bowmaster if you want to draw a bunch of cards. Orcish Bowmaster's potentially a problem for us. And again, I'm blanking on the card, but there's a land that phases out an opponent's creature until your next turn, which again could be good here. or sink in the stupor and place to some of these islands if you want to. I think that's a bit more optimal, but I'm just going to go with this for the league. So that's card draw, that's card draw. We also got the One Ring. One Ring, some pretty good card draw as well, obviously. Two Argentum Masticores. Our deck's pretty aggressive. We got a bunch of creatures here. Argentum Masticore helps that plan. Is also nice and disruptive. Can blow up Oath of Druids, can blow up initiative creatures, whatever you need. One restricted Lodestone Golems, bit of disruption. Three Nettlecyst, nice one to play off of Workshop, can grow quickly. You can put it on some of our evasive creatures like Thought Monitor and Kappa Cannoneer, where it looks really nicely on the equip. One Tinker. Simulacrum Synthesizer, just a very cool one. So this synergizes with a lot of the cards in our deck. Pretty much all the artifacts this way. You know, like 1 mana Thought Monitor still gives you a nice big construct token, which is cool. We got two Makdees. This is from the Spider-Man set, but Magic Online doesn't have the rights to Spider-Man, so this is kind of the off-brand version of it. But it's a cool one. You can play this off of an island and a Mox on turn 1, or an Ancient Tomb and a Sapphire if that lines up. And your opponent's artifacts and creatures enter tapped can give you a nice bit of advantage there against a lot of decks, especially ones like PO or on the play against pretty much everything. Our one of Time Walk and Recall, of course, we're a blue deck. One of Vexing Bauble, one of Chalice, nice prism pieces. And then we got like Soul Ring, Mana Vault, of course, on top of all the 0 artifacts as far as our mana goes. So that's the deck there. I think it's pretty nice. I think the one thing that's, we obviously could change here is to change the islands into some of the utility lands I talked about, like Sink in the Stupor and the one that can phase out an opponent's creature. But otherwise, pretty happy with the main deck. I think Orcish Bowmasters is a bit of an issue. Not entirely sure how to deal with that. It is on a little bit of a downturn, so I'm hoping that we can just play against other decks, like play against the Luris PO deck, play against, Mono White Initiative, that kind of thing. But we will see. Shops has been big right now, too. So we've got 2 Hurkyl's Recalls on the sideboard. Just like actual factual prison shops. That's made quite the comeback. For Graveyard Hate against Dredge, we've got Grafdigger's Cage and Soul Guide Lantern. The cages can also come in against Oath, which with the new card Wrath and Mikey, which is here somewhere, it has become a pretty reasonable player in Vintage. So a lot of the Oath decks are playing 1 Wrath into Mikey, and then you get this into play off the Oath, you swing, it triggers, you get an Atraxa. Pretty sweet. 3 Null Rods, so we can play through a Null Rod pretty well. Jewel cannot. So in that kind of a matchup, we do want the Null Rods, I think. So we're going to go with that. 4th Kappa Cannoneer for some of the matchups where it's great, like against Luris Control. And then 2 Mindbreak Traps, adding a little bit extra disruption here against some of the faster combo matchups. We're on the draw against something like Mono White Initiative. All right, that's about it. I think that covers everything. You got any ideas for the deck or thoughts? Let me know down below, and I'll see you in round 1. Okay, here we go. We're on the play. That's... I mean... I mean, we've got Hardcast Force of Will, but no action. I think that is a mulligan, but that wasn't that far off. I think we do keep this on 6. I don't love it though. Put the tomb back. I want the blue mana source. 5. What are they on? It's still not a great hand, obviously, but I think we are keeping it. I think it's worth keeping, I mean. What are we waiting for? Opponent, where are they? I think we're just gonna go turn 1, Mox Soul Ring, Shop, Masticore, if that's is allowed. Maybe opponent's double queuing? Going a little slow. Then we can pitch something next turn. Can blow up like a Moxen, or we can blow up something fancier. Cavern. Okay. Human. Jet. Sapphire. Black Lotus. Okay, it's a good one. So mono white initiative it is. We are frozen though. Oh, that's a problem for us. Get our Nettlecyst down. And let's see what their follow-up is. So, all right. There's, I want a Thought Monitor. Thought Monitor feels like a good one right here. Urza's Saga. Ancient Tomb is not a good one. I think we're just going to keep the Ancient Tomb in case we draw our other Masticore. Alright. Jeez, that's not what we want. They're bricking on white mana sources, though. They must have stuff in their hand, but they don't have white mana sources. They can't cast them. That's helpful. But human's going to cover a lot of ground here. That's not bad. We just want Chalice on 3? Is that better than Force of Will or worse than Force of Will? So we already can't counter Dungeoneer, right? I think we just do want Chalice on. Maybe just hold it up. We could put Chalice on 1. That doesn't really do anything though, unless they have swords. Maybe just Chalice on 0 takes off their Moxen. Let's do that. Chalice on 0. That takes off a bunch of their white sources, and it lets us hold up Force. We'll do that. That hits Mox, Pearl, that kind of thing. Okay. So on the draw, I do want these traps. Probably the Kappa Cannoneer. We don't want the Vexing Bauble on the draw. We don't want the Chalice on the draw. We do want these on the play, but not on the draw. Hurkyl is interesting. On the draw again, not as amazing. This is mostly for Null Rod. If they go turn 1 Null Rod, it is a pain. I think just on the draw, these aren't good enough. Take out 1 Krang. Alright, we're gonna give that a whirl. It's risky, but I think it's a keep. Chancellor's a pain. That probably means our hand didn't matter, though. Yep. Chancellor, 3 unknowns. Yeah, that's an issue. That is an issue. Pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it. No. Chancellor, 2 unknowns. If we get to the next turn, we can, like, respond by bouncing everything with Hurkyls and then forcing, which would be cute. Chancellor, 3 unknowns. Okay. That looks like an issue. White plum. Yep. Oh no, they still have the Chancellor trigger. We can't Hurkyls. I think we're dead. We can probably go to game 3 here, but we'll give it one more turn, I guess. Um, we are in trouble. Agent turn. Okay. I think we just have to pass. Yeah, we can't cast anything. Mm-hmm. 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 So we got Chancellor, 2 unknowns. So we're gonna throw the Force. It's irritating. Thing is, they've got the Chancellor reveal. So we can either throw away the Chancellor and bounce it. We can. Do we have? Still see any world where we win this either way. We can't. We definitely can't force it because they still have the Vexing Bauble. So we're just gonna do this. And that gets countered. That gets rid of the trigger. That goes away. No. Ah. The thing is, if we bounce everything now, they can just replay the Ruby and the Bauble. If we wait till end step, or wait till this resolves, then this gets the extra one. I think we can just scoop. I guess we could have tried to draw. I mean, it's like a workshop, but it's still such a bad situation. Chalice, Vexing Bauble, Makdee. Let's take out Force of Negation, Force of Negation. Oh yeah, the Hurkyls aren't great. Can put Krang back in. Krang's fine. Alright, let's try that. Yes, we want to play. Ugh. I mean, we literally just lose the Chancellor. I think we have to mull that, sadly. Oh, jeez, we're just going to mull to Oblivion. That's frustrating. Keeps... No, we can't keep that. Don't misclick. Yikes. Keep. On 6, this is fine, but I guess we do this. Done. Yeah, Chancellor. Ah, shit. Alright, well that's... Well, we can't play a turn 1 Makdee, and then we're in a lot of trouble. Turn 1 Makdee, I think we could have played into this, but now we're just screwed. Yeah, I mean, 7 with the Chancellor is just brutal. Brutal. Let's get our Makdee down. Yeah. Let's just play this. We can swing with our Makdee. No, we can't. Our Makdee is getting sourced. All right. I guess maybe I should have swords that because I got the cavern. With the caverns, maybe I should have forced that. I don't know. Well, that's bad. Yeah, I should have forced that. That was stupid. We could have gotten through, got the initiative. Got a blue source, played a Krang. Yeah, it was just dumb. I didn't think that one through. That's on me. That is frustrating, though. And now I should have... Maybe in a very reasonable spot. And it costs 5. No. No. Yep. Get rid of that. Artifact. That works. Interesting. Okay. At a hard cast Chancellor then? Or I guess they have a Chancellor. We know they have a Chancellor. Can't be countered. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Cool. I mean, if we're tinkering, what are we tinkering for? A ring, maybe? I guess a ring? Do we Krang first and just draw 2 cards and then go for the Tinker? How much is Krang? 4. I guess if we do this, we sack the Pearl. We get another artifact. We're still at the same number of artifacts. Then we can draw 1 more with Krang. I guess that's reasonable. But no, we're 1 short on mana then. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. We need 4 for Krang. So we have to do Krang first, and then try and draw a land off of these 2. That does work. I guess we swing for 6 first. Maybe we just keep the Tinker and we just play the Thought Monitor. And we just try and force this Chancellor. Okay. They're conceding the game. All right, well, that feels a little bit of an early concession, but I'll take it. But how big is Krang? Krang's a 7/4. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a little early of a concession, but yeah, sure. I'll take it. See you next round. Okay, here we go. Yes. I mean, that's not a perfect hand, but I think we are keeping it. We are. That was a workshop. That'd be a great hand. Turn 1 Golem. This is turn 2 Golem. Don't know what they're on. Oh, shit. Alright, so we're just gonna die. They're on Keep 7 Bazaar. We're just gonna lose. It's okay. They are thinking over this emerald. They do not have to think that hard. Here. Nettlecyst. Bazaar. Just F6 here. Our only hope is to find rings and chain them. Creeping Chill, Stinkweed Imp, Chalice on 0. Yeah, that's bad for us. They're gonna grief us too. Okay. Interesting. You got a force? Nope. F6. So, we gotta try and find a ring here. Chilled. Get rid of our graveyard. Yep. Yep. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, we're so dead. Okay. We have a little bit of sideboard hate for this matchup, but it's going to be a tough one. Yep. All right. Both teams tried hard. Okay, next round. Grafdigger's Cage, Soul Guide, Lantern, yes. Force of Negation, no. No. Chalice, no. Masticore, no. What else do we not want here? The Lodestones can stop there, like, for a mission, I guess. That's kind of the idea. I think that's relevant. Getting, like, Force of Vigor and stuff. We want to be able to draw into our stuff, though. I think this is not the matchup for Mouser. Makdee does slow them down, but not by a ton. I think maybe just one of those. I guess we could have put the forces away. Kind of wanted the forces to protect stuff like Ring. Oh boy. I think we do jam it. I don't like being all in on this. I mean, that's obviously very risky. But if it lands, it's actually really good for us. Alright, they only had to go to 6, which is bad for us. This looks like they've got a force. They're really selling the bluff. I think we got to go for it. They got the force. They got the force. Yep. So be it. We have to draw a graveyard hate now. Oh boy. They got a troll. We are in trouble. In order to try and cast the thought monitor quicker, we are going to play this. Actually, this is pretty good against Ikarid. Ikarid entering tapped is pretty good for us. It's got an F6 here. I mean, we have to draw graveyard hate this turn or we die, so. Yeah, I don't think graveyard hate actually saves us anymore. Well, that's not a bad one. Let's see what that gets us. It just gets hit by force where it's so dead. But if it... That was terrible. Jeez. 6 mana. It's impossible to play that. I think we're just going to go next. It's okay. Okay, here we go. We're on the play. Sure. I think we're just gonna go Island Bauble and try and follow that up with a ring. Misstep. Okay, that's not ideal. Flooded Strand. Doomsday? I guess that's Doomsday. Interesting. Workshop. All right, let's try and get our ring in action here. Another Nettlecyst. Not exactly what we want to see. I think we need a Force of Will or we're in a lot of trouble here. Okay, so it's not Doomsday. What are we playing against? Tinker? Ooh, it's Oath. Null Rod. Okay. That's a good one against us. Let's try and stop them from oathing. Still want a Force of Will. Okay, ping. So let's play a Nettlecyst. And let's play a Makdee. Oh. We can't play the Makdee. That's a problem, actually. Oh, we should have equipped. I think I'm 4-9. Oh, I guess we shouldn't have equipped. So let's not yield through the turn. Yes. Island. Real kind of wins. Okay. That was a game of Magic the Gathering. So I want these cages. I think we'll take the traps too as additional counters. The Makdees do not seem good. Neither does the Vexing Bauble. That was a game of Magic the Gathering for sure. Don't like the Chalice on the draw. And the Hurkyl. And the Null Rods are annoying, but like, are you really playing around that? I don't think so. I need 2 cuts. Maybe the traps just are too much. Let's try that. Don't think I can keep that. Keep the Krang down. Yep. 1-1. That would explain why they conceded quickly in game 1 there. Okay, thanks. Nice of our opponent there. Okay. They know about this already, so let's go Soul Ring. Mana Vault. Cage. Misstep. Okay. Lotus. Pay 4. I think we do need to try and jam some stuff here. Oh, geez. Alright, well, we've been bested. F6. So we're just going to pay 4 and untap it. Wait, did I just not do this correctly? I wanted to untap it. I guess I screwed that up. Okay. Nope. We will play our Nettlecyst. F6. They're gonna scry. They just need Oath and they win. Orchard. You want a blue card. That is a blue card. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we want it as a blue card. It's hard to say. 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we do want this. That means any artifact off the top just wins here. But if they show and tell and attract, so this will look stupid. Alright, good games. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think we can keep that. Alright. Let's try and cast our Makdee. We should have probably played the Emerald first. That's just bad sequencing, but I'm going to go for a turn 1 Makdee. 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 Please don't force my Makdee. They're going to force it, aren't they? They're getting it. I don't like this. Okay. Exciting. Well, yeah, it's pretty cool. So I assume, I mean, like jewel shops, I guess is what I'm thinking. Let's put in like the Mindbreak Traps. I guess. Take out Vexing Bauble on the draw. And we'll take out Chalice on the draw. Don't think we're boarding in Null Rod. I don't. Yeah, I should board in Null Rods. Maybe one Null Rod. Take out Krang on the draw. One Null Rod. Let's try that. We can tinker for it. It gives us like 2 Null Rods effectively. But we don't know if they're actually jewel or not. Assuming they are something like jewel, this is a mulligan. Okay, keep. Put Masticore back. Alright, let's see what they got for us. Oh, it's bizarre. I did not expect that. I want my ring hand back. Which dredge. Alright, we're just gonna scoop that up. Okay, that was quick. I want my cages and the lanterns. On the play, I want my Vexing Bauble. What don't I want? Don't want my Mast, of course. The Mouser, yeah, the Trap. The negations are all gone. I think I actually do want my Krangs because we want the card advantage. Oh, we don't want the Null Rod. We almost forgot to take out the Null Rod. Alright, let's give that oral. Yes, we want to play. Sure. Most to 6. Okay. So we're going to sequence this with Crypt first, then Bauble, and see if they fight over that. Nope. Take a time walk turn. Tails. Alt monitor. Let's play the cage and pass for now. Yep. Okay. No hollow one. That's helpful. How much does this cost? 4. Can just turn that into a soul ring, I guess. Or a Krang. Or a thought monitor. Or a ring. I'm not sure. I should just pass, or if I should use the soul ring, sacking the Mana Crypt. We definitely need the cage and the bauble. Oh, the bauble also stops the hollow one. I'm not sure how they win from here. I guess it's chill, so let's not die to chill. Maybe we just get a Krang and draw. There's the soul ring. Let's get a Krang and draw one. Oh, we can't. That was incredibly stupid. Alright, well that was incredibly dumb. Let's see if that cost us. We can't get the Krang. We have a cage. Probably should have got that soul ring. Okay, well that's embarrassing. Yeah, the soul ring would have been a lot better. Yeah. Can't cast that through our Vexing Bauble. Yeah, this is something. It's gonna F6 here. I am curious what their plan on actually winning is, though. I actually don't know how Dredge wins from this position. Yeah, so we had a Soul Ring. We'd be in a good spot here. We could cast the Thought Monitor. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing for sure. What are they looking for? Got 2 chills in exile. They can do 6 damage to us with creeping chills. Six damage is not enough to kill us with creeping chills. Let's get the Grave Troll. Okay. That was a bizarre one, but again, I will take it. Okay. Here we go. We're on the play. I think we keep it and just hope to get lucky, and by lucky I mean draw like a land, which doesn't even require us to be that lucky. Oh no, please don't be on Dredge again. We've already played Dredge this league. No more Dredge. Oh jeez. Okay. They're on 6. Well, if it's mono white initiative, this Chalice could hit him pretty hard. If it's not, then it won't. Alright, let's see. We need to draw a mana source. It's not 0 mana. Plains. Okay. A mana source, please. Nope. Shit. Okay, we can't force that one. Well, this has gone badly. Yeah, you're a little late. Oh boy. Okay. Yikes. Well, this did not go well. Okay. Okay. On the play, I think I do want the Null Rods on the play. They got... They can still beat us. Maybe just something like that. Like, we have tools for the matchup. I think that's okay. And then on the draw, we'll take out Chalice and Bauble. I think our luck has officially run out. Keep. Maybe this is turn 1 Makdee. It's just turn 1 Ring, right? We got a Chancellor? Ah, shit. Oh, does that not work? No. Alright, we're in trouble then. We need a mana source. It's not a mana source. It also turns off on our Force of Will, and they don't have any Mox in, so. Shit. Alright, well, this is gonna be over quick. That did actually do something. So we're saying we're not quite dead yet. We are thinking. No! Alright, we're dead. Yeah, both teams dry-died. Yeah, that's bad for us. Okay. I think we have. Oh, we're just dead then. Okay. We tried. All right. So overall, pretty good league. I mean, nice 3-2, positive finish. Trying out our new cards, Krang and Big Mother Mouser. I mean, it was a bit of a weird league, to be honest. If you watch some of the matches, you'll know what I'm talking about. The deck performed pretty well, I think. We got beat up by a dingus on Dredge, and that's just going to happen. Game 1, we're just highly unfavored. Then game 2 and 3, we need to get our graveyard hate more than they've got answers. So, I mean, that's a tough one. And then against Tamarindo on Mono White Initiative, we just got Clarion Conquered, which again, it can happen. But yeah, overall, I mean, I'm pretty happy. I kind of want to try these again, just maybe in a different shell. I think there's like room to play here. I think if you're gonna play a bunch of Krangs, and you need the double blue for Krang, I think playing a Void Mirror kind of shop deck could make sense because you already need a bunch of these like just blue lands anyway. And if you're playing a bunch of blue pips, leaning into like a Void Mirror kind of shell could be interesting, and the Void Mirror helps you cast Krang and resolve Krang. So I think there's some pretty good synergy there. I think that might be something on my list for the not too distant future is to try like Void Mirror Krang shops, but we will see. If you've got any other cards in general or Spider-Man cards you think I should try in a video, let me know. I don't have any ideas at the moment. I got to think of something before my next vintage video, so got any ideas, let me know down below. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.